Alongside Bryan Hayes. Hayes, hockey fans are obsessed with superstitions and jinxes. Example, the last time a team finished with the best regular season record, claimed the President's Trophy, and went on to win the Stanley Cup? 2013. An 11-year jinx? Tonight, the Caps and Jets, numbers 1 and 2 in the league, go head-to-head. Make a case for why fans should want the President's Trophy and why they should forget about all the jinx talk.
Oh, this one's so easy. I mean, forget about the jinx talk. It's very, very clear. You want home ice throughout the Stanley Cup playoffs. You also want to finish on a high note. And I love the fact that this game is happening so late in the year. Washington in Winnipeg, because it is a two-horse race. For the most part, it's been that way all season long. Winnipeg in the West, Washington in the East, and you want to stay hungry. And I think that's something that's very important here. Forget the jinx. Talk about ambition. Talk about making sure that you're playing for something down the stretch. I think that's way more important, and I think that applies here with Winnipeg tonight, where you've got Washington in town, Ovechkin's in town. They're a really good team. It's a really good challenge. Go chase that President's Trophy. You end up with home ice in the first round. Who knows who you might play along the way? You may get to a Stanley Cup final and play the team you're playing tonight, and you're going to want home ice once you get there. You won't be thinking about the jinx conversation back in March if you're in a Stanley Cup final in June and Washington's rolling through town for game 1, 2, and possibly, most importantly, game 7. So don't worry about the jinx. Chase it. Also, there's history on the line. And I know we are obsessed in North American sports with the playoffs. And ultimately, that's how you define a season. But there's 32 teams chasing this. It started back in October. And again, Winnipeg started so well, 15-1. They've been great all year. If I'm the Jets and I'm their fans, I want this. I want a banner up in my stadium, in my rink, that says we were one of one in terms of the other teams in the league chasing us during the regular season. I'm not buying the jinx. I think it's bogus. Go win this game tonight. Go chase the President's Trophy.
All right, well said. With that in mind, though, Alex Ovechkin is making his last regular season trip into Canada this year. What's the key to shutting him down tonight to prevent him from taking another step towards catching Gretzky?
I think there's a few different ways. Try to stay off the penalty kill if you're Winnipeg, right? So try to avoid Ovechkin in his office on the power play. Try to avoid a scenario where they don't have to take Hellebuck out tonight and there's an empty net. Because if there's an empty net, Ovechkin is absolutely lethal right now. But when it comes to 5-on-5, the great equalizer is Connor Hellebuck. That's what it's going to be, because Washington's going to put pressure on you. They forecheck very well. They cycle well. They're a really, really well-coached team and a well-oiled machine right now. 5-on-5, Ovi's going to get his chances, but I'm betting that Connor Hellebuck can step up and stop him.
Hellebuck is now the betting favorite to win the MVP on FanDuel, just slightly better odds than McKinnon and the injured Leon Draisaitl. Given the spotlight that's on tonight's game in particular, how far would shutting down Ovi tonight go towards making Hellebuck's case for the Hart?
I think it's massively significant. I think these are the games you dream of if you're in an individual chase like the one that Hellebuck's in right now. You need platform games down the stretch. Voters, generally speaking, in all leagues, take into consideration recency bias. What have you done for me lately? Because you're talking about a long, long marathon season where Hellebuck's been great, Draisaitl's been great, McKinnon's been great. There's a lot of great players. So what have you done for me lately on the biggest stage? This is as big as it gets. The President's Trophy is almost on the line tonight. It's the two best teams in the league meeting. They only see each other twice a year. It's a great, great matchup. And I think because of Ovechkin and him chasing history, all eyes are on him. Whatever Ovechkin's doing, whatever the Caps are doing, everyone's paying attention. On top of that, like I said, and like we all know, the standings would indicate you have to pay attention to this game tonight. I think it's imperative Hellebuck gets a great game, and I would not be surprised if this is the launching pad for him, Gino. If he stands on his head tonight, if he gets a win, circle back to the President's Trophy chat. If he's the best player on the best team and they win the President's Trophy, and we can look back to a game like we see tonight in Winnipeg, I think that will go a long way to pushing him towards something we haven't seen in a long, long time, and that is Connor Hellebuck, a goaltender, winning the Hart Trophy.
Man. With a win in regulation by the Jets tonight, the two teams would be tied at 102 points, 8 points clear of the next closest challenger, the Dallas Stars.